All right, so I understand that you want to So I understand you want to clean up and organize your Google Drive. First thing we need to understand is that it doesn't work like normal Google Drives do. No, normal hard drives do. The default gives you some other options that you may not want to use. So I want to show you how you can change some of the settings to make it look more like what you think it should look like. So the first thing we look at is here's usually what it looks like for most people. You have the quick access panel here, which has perhaps the last files that you've looked at or files that you look at frequently. So here it's got my golf match scores, it's got my blog digests that I put together, my web page, those things. And then it's got your folders listed down here. Well, we can do a couple of things here. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the settings up here. And you have several options, and we will come down to the suggestions. You may have this checked. I prefer to have it unchecked, the whole quick access thing. That gets rid of that panel at the top. And I like having none of these selected. You also have the option to change the density of your files as to how they look on your screen, from comfortable, which is a little more spread out, to compact, which is really tight. It's a matter of preference. I lean toward the cozy. It's kind of right in the middle. And so now you can see that that whole quick access panel has disappeared. And now I have a list of all of my folders and then files after that. Next thing you can do is come over here to the grid view button. Right now we're in list view. If I click on the grid view button, now it changes to a grid view. And again, this is a personal preference. Do you like the list view? Do you like the grid view? Whatever you want. Next thing we want to look at is how we can order the folders and the files that we see. So right now, these folders are organized by the last modified. So if you want to click that, it's going to give you some choices. Now for me, I want to go by name. So if I change it to name, it takes a few seconds for it to, especially if you have a lot of files in your Google Drive, it kind of takes a few seconds to reload. So now I have organized these folders alphabetically. And if you look, these are at the top. And one trick that you can do is if you put an emoji in the title of your file, it will come to the top in your Google Drive. So particularly these three files are the ones that these three folders I work in the most. So I put little emojis at the front. The other thing you can do is you can color code the folders to make them easier to find. After that, we've got numbers, and then you can look. Alphabetical order all the way down. And those are the files, and then once you get to the folders, you can see the sort of thumbnail images of them if you are in the grid view. So that's grid view versus list view, another option. Then next I want to show you the side menu over here. And regardless of where you are, how this looks here, if you come over and you click on My Drive and you click on the little arrow here to the left, it's going to open up kind of a drop-down menu that's going to have all of your folders. Show me all the folders, please. Thank you. All of the folders in alphabetical order. And that's really a quick way to kind of find the folders in alphabetical order. The last thing I'm going to show you is if all else fails and you have to search for a file, there are easy ways to do that. So up here you can search in your drive in the search bar at the top. If you click on this little arrow, it's going to open the search bar options. You can search for file type. If you're searching for a slide presentation, you can just search for presentations. If you're searching for a Google form, you can just search for a Google form. Right? You can also search by owner. If it's a file that was shared with you, so if you're looking for files by a particular student, you come down here to specific person and type the email address in, and as soon as you do, it pops up a list of suggestions. Okay? You can search by date modified, so if it was just yesterday, you can look at any file that was modified yesterday. So those are just a few things you can do to organize your drive in the way that you want it. Hope that this helps, and we'll see you on the next video.